going to show you is obviously a simulation, okay? So it's going to be the best thing we can do without the real thing. One of the things that that you don't have on this site is the things that are involved in a real crash are a little bit different. And one of the things that may stick out is the smells. Things smell way different. And in this kind of scene, if it was out on the road, that's one of the things that just jump right out at you, okay? And we can't do that here, but you'll get an idea what goes on. I'm going to kind of set this up for you, okay? The scene is prom weekend. Everybody hear me? Down there still good? 2 carloads of friends travel on the same road, one going to a party, the other coming from the party. All are making some decisions that will affect the rest of their lives in a very adverse way. One young man makes a particular horrible mistake and gets behind the wheel highly intoxicated. At point 165, which is twice the legal limit, driver heads down the road away from the party. His reaction times are slowed, vision blurred, and discretion dulled. He barely reacts to the other carload of teenagers as they meet on a curve. High speeds and alcohol have led us to this scene.
911, where is your emergency?
Help me, we need help. We've been in a wreck.
Where at?
By the extension center off the highway in Carthage.
Okay, what's the phone number you're calling me from?
309-337-9929.
Okay, tell me tell me what happened.
We got in a wreck, and one of my friends is through the windshield.
How many vehicles were in the accident? How many?
Two vehicles.
Okay, now 3 kids?
3 kids are in my vehicle.
Okay, are they any of them awake? Are they awake and conscious?
No,
Okay.
none of them are conscious.
Okay.
One went through the windshield.
One went through the windshield? We're gonna get people out there for you. Okay.
We need help with Rachel.
Okay, hold on, hon. Okay, we're gonna get you taken care of, okay? Are there any chemicals or hazards involved with that?
No.
Okay, did anybody pin?
Is anybody what?
Is there any big pins in the vehicle? Are they trapped?
No, nobody's pinned. My friend Rachel, she's through the windshield.
She's through the windshield? She's thrown through the vehicle? Or she's thrown out? Okay.
No, she's in it.
But she's still in it?
She's stuck in it. She's stuck in the windshield.
Okay, does everyone appear to be completely awake or alert?
No
Okay.
alert for me.
All right, we're getting people out there for you right now, okay? So hold on.
with Mr. Beals.
What happened? Who did it?
Can't tell you that right now.
Who was driving?
We'll talk about that later, okay? The important thing is you need to stay calm, okay?
Well, how do you expect me to stay calm when my daughter's
I
dead?
completely understand.
We understand it's hard, sir. It's
Okay.
hard.
Have you had a child die?
I have not.
Well, then you don't know how it is.
Right, I don't.
Then why are you trying to tell me how it is?
I'm not trying to tell you how it is. I'm just asking you. You
Where do
stay
you want-
calm.
what-
We'll
okay,
try to
so
help
where do you
out
want me to
any way
go?
we can, okay?
I want to see it.
I want you to stay right here, okay? You don't want to do that.
I do want to see it.
Can you tell me your name?
Gage.
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 How old are you, Gage?
18.
18? Have you been drinking tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. How much did you have to drink? You don't know? Okay. How's your breathing now? Hi, this is Brian on 3 Adam 22. We're coming in with our patient from our wreck. It is an 18-year-old man. He was positive for ETOH on board. He did positive lost consciousness, fully spinal immobilized. He had tracheal shift, JVD. Did do a needle decompression on him. He is now showing sinus on the monitor. He is complaining of chest pain. He has some abdomen pain, bruising on the abdomen. He's got a mark on his forehead, got a 16 gauge in his left AC, fluids running wide open. He's on oxygen 15 liters. We'll be there in 1 minute, all right? All right, Gage, gonna take off all these little patches and things, all right? Alright, Gage, what's going to happen? There's going to be a whole lot of things going on at once, alright? So you're going to have to just be patient. We're going to try to get you off this board as fast as we can. Alright? Okay, I'm going to clamp off your fluids right now. This is Gage.
Hello, Gage.
I'm Dr.
Razzo.
He was in our 1050. We just had positive loss of consciousness. He's got a big laceration to his forehead. Gone on scene here at midline. He had tracheal deviation, JVD, chest pain, difficulty breathing. We had needle decompressor.
Okay.
No. What's that? You don't have that inflated? No.
Are you hurting anywhere right now?
My chest.
Are you having trouble breathing?
A little bit.
Oh, you don't have your cot? No. It was a.
We're gonna move you over here to the bed on your left, okay?
Great. Any neck pain or back pain?
All over.
Is your belly pain too? Okay. Okay, take a deep breath in out. And? Okay, let's get him off this board. We'll have to roll him just a second here.
Put your arm down like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, on your count.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Back. How's any back injuries back here? Is there back pain here?
Yes.
Does it hurt everywhere?
The top.
Okay. How about down low?
No.
Okay. All right. Can you raise that leg up for me? All right. Great. How about this one?
What's that? I don't want to.
Seated. You understand that the case is scheduled for a sentencing hearing. That you're facing 3 to 14 years in the Department of Corrections. If you're sentenced to the Department of Corrections, you're going to be ordered to serve a 2-year period of mandatory supervised release at the conclusion of the Department of Corrections sentence.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that the fine could be up to $25,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. This is your opportunity to present evidence or witnesses in support of Mr. Miller's recommendation for an appropriate sentence. I'll also listen to any evidence or witnesses presented by the state, and then I'll impose a sentence. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, we would call Deputy Josh Smith to the witness stand for some brief testimony. Would you please state your name for the record?
Joshua Smith,
What is your occupation?
Deputy Sheriff.
And were you so employed as a Deputy Sheriff with the Hancock County Sheriff's Department on the date of this fatal crash?
Yes, I was.
Did you determine the underlying factors surrounding the fatal crash?
Yes, I did.
And would you please tell the court what you learned during the course of your investigation?
Dispatch advised there was a 2-vehicle motor vehicle accident. Responded with Officer Gunning. When we arrived, the defendant was standing outside of the vehicles. We could see several people clearly injured. EMS personnel and fire department personnel arrived shortly after that. The defendant was interviewed by Officer Gunning and myself. He admitted to consuming several beers during the evening at a party. He'd driven his car, so he was the driver of the vehicle in question, and that he had taken a curve too fast on the inside, struck the other oncoming vehicle. At that time, Officer Gunning conducted standardized field sobriety tests. The defendant failed all the tests. He was placed under arrest.
The driver of the other vehicle, that was a Mr. Devin Lineberger?
Yes.
And a passenger in his car was Rachel Clayton?
Yes.
And Ms. Clayton was the one that was killed in the crash?
She was pronounced dead on scene.
And Your Honor, I have no further questions for Deputy Smith.
No further evidence?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor.
Any evidence for someone?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this is a case where a young man drank 8 or 9 beers at a party, made the decision to get behind the wheel of his car with some friends, and unfortunately for Mr. Lineberger and Ms. Clayton, they had occasion to run into, literally, this defendant. The defendant was traveling at a high rate of speed, entered the curve, traveling on the wrong side of the roadway. I would submit to the court that Mr. Lineberger and Ms. Clayton basically didn't have a chance to see what hit him. Ms. Clayton was ejected from her vehicle through the windshield. She was killed. She was pronounced dead at the scene. During the course of the officer's investigation, the defendant admitted having consumed 8 or 9 beers, felt that he was intoxicated. He had failed all the standardized field sobriety tests, was subsequently arrested, submitted to a chemical test which disclosed a BAC of 0.15. We would ask the court to consider all those. The fact that while this defendant is a young man and has a greater portion of his life ahead of him, unfortunately, the same cannot be said for Ms. Clayton, who is deprived of many things. It could be the fact that maybe she wanted to have children of her own someday. Maybe she wanted to see them grow up, get married, have children of their own, enjoy grandchildren in their golden years, but she was deprived of all of that. Given the severity, the nature and circumstances of the offense, I would ask the court to impose a harsh sentence so that this defendant and others that may be placed in a situation similar to this defendant on that evening, that maybe they might have second thoughts and not get behind the wheel of their car after they have been drinking. Because when the party ends the party really ended for this defendant and Ms. Clayton. Thank you.
You chose to drive a vehicle, and you chose to endanger not only the people that were in your vehicle, but also anybody else who happened to be unlucky enough to be on the roadway when you were driving under the influence. Your actions have caused a lifetime of pain and suffering to the victims of your actions. And not only the physical pain that was caused by the accident, but also the emotional pain of the families that they'll have to live with for the rest of their lives. And by imposing a sentence of 5 years, that will sentence you to a year in prison for each of your victims. While that won't act as any sort of retribution for society, it will give you the opportunity while you're in the Department of Corrections. You'll have to serve 85% of that, given the nature of the offense. That'll give you the opportunity to consider that because of your actions while you're in the Department of Corrections, the rest of your friends are graduating from high school. The rest of your friends are going to college orientation. The rest of your friends are enrolling in college and advancing their educations. By the time you get out, they will have, most of them, completed their college education.
What we're going to show you is obviously a simulation, okay? So it's going to be the best.